Spark Books here. Today, I'm going to explain the book, In Sheep's Clothing, by George Simon Jr., PhD. Take care, enjoy the book, and have a nice day. In Sheep's Clothing, 1996, reveals the aggressive, undercover agenda of manipulative individuals, whose covert tactics would otherwise remain hidden. These Sparks offers you tools to become aware of, prepare for and deal with the tricks used by manipulative colleagues, family members and friends. Key idea number 1. Manipulators aggressively attack their opponents. We've all seen it, a subtle social putdown that hurts without making the culprit look awful. Why? Manipulators battle and degrade others to look superior. We all fight, not just manipulators. As long as we respect others, assertive battling for valid needs can be productive. Football players must compete within the rules to win. In politics, ideas and personalities collide, and the best candidates with the best ideas get elected, or so the theory goes. How are manipulators different from us? Manipulative persons are aggressive and don't care about others' feelings, rights, or interests. Manipulators lack conscience, they're fully self-centered, unlike us. Most people follow social conventions like not upsetting others, but manipulators regard this as a sign of subordination and a danger to their self-interest. For example, manipulative parents who drive their children to achieve well in school or sports without considering their child's needs or teachers' opinions are more concerned with their own wishes than how their actions will influence their child. They want the status of high-achieving student parents. Key idea number 2. Aggressive manipulators love cloak and dagger. How often are you punched in the face daily? None unless you fight professionally. Do you have no manipulators? No. Most manipulators are subtle, so they may be in your life without your knowledge. 2 types of manipulators. Overt aggressive manipulators openly intimidate, control, and injure people. Covert manipulators, while as brutal, hide their fighting. Not passive aggression. Covert aggressives utilize deliberate, underhanded techniques to obtain what they want, unlike passive aggressives, who may forget to perform something you asked for out of anger. When questioned, a covert aggressive can deny that you made the request or redirect your attention to another issue. Unfortunately, society loves covert aggressiveness because it works. If you want to fire an employee, it's easier to overwork them or set unattainable targets than to go through the HR minefield of firing them. Covert battling lets manipulators battle without tarnishing their reputation. Imagine a pastor who sacrifices family for profession. He can pursue his goals while presenting a religious and obedient image. Thus, no one notices the discrepancy between his ideals and his neglect of his family. Key idea number 3. Victims typically mistake manipulator aggression for their own difficulties. How often have you been told not to take someone's outburst personally or that their conduct is due to their own problems? The majority agrees. Our culture teaches us that problem behaviors only occur when people are anxious or assaulted. Sigmund Freud believed that all humans are neurotic because their basic needs and wants have been suppressed. Most people think neurotic causes aggression because of this premise. While knowing their employer is homophobic, a person discreetly reveals that a competitive coworker is gay. It's tempting to imagine that the perpetrator's victimhood, such as childhood ostracism or repression of non-normative sexual impulses, caused this indiscretion. Today's different. Freud formed his views in Victorian periods, when society was quite orthodox and puritanical about all natural instincts. Neurotic dysfunctions may resulted. Today's society is extremely liberal, with many people lacking inhibition. Today, manipulators aren't repressed, they're conniving. Manipulators also use society's perceptions on bad behavior. They cleverly blame the victim. To do this, manipulators minimize, lie, deny, or distract attention from their behavior. A person who only takes and never gives in a relationship may use their fear of closeness to gain compassion from their spouse while dismissing accusations of selfishness. The victim may even feel guilty for being insensitive to their problems. Key idea number 4. Stopping manipulators requires recognizing your own and their conduct. You know how manipulators work and get away with it. We'll start identifying and stopping manipulators in this flash. Recognizing when you make too many excuses for someone is the first step to stopping manipulators from wrecking your life. Is there a coworker who always explodes, making you feel like you're on eggshells? Do you always give in to your partner because they're upset and uncommunicative? This suggests manipulation. In these instances, stop excusing your manipulator. If you let them, they'll exploit you. We want to believe everyone is good and pure. You must realize this is ridiculous. Look for manipulators' telltale behaviors. To spot manipulation, consider this classic example. After discovering her husband's long-term infidelity, she leaves. He tries to guilt her into staying by grieving the loss of 15 years of marriage and her betrayal of their holy bond. He shames her into staying by wondering what their friends and relatives will say. He may even allege that she neglected their relationship and assaulted him. This behavior should raise red flags. Key idea number 5, deal with manipulators assertively. We sometimes lack the confidence to confront our aggressors. However, history shows that most problems will not go away until you fight back. But how? For instance, if an overambitious spouse neglects family life to earn a promotion at work, the partner who wants to save the relationship could suggest a deal. She will actively support his objectives, and he will spend more time with the family on weekends and evenings. When confronting a manipulator, emphasize their bad behavior. Focus on deeds, not ideals. Avoid thinking about their mental health and how it may be affecting their conduct. An aggressive drinker who hits her partner should be faced first before investigating the cause. It's unhelpful to blame the abuser and make them a victim. Next, when opposing a manipulator, speak clearly and politely. Make straightforward requests and accept direct responses. Answers other than yes or no to plain yes or no questions may indicate your manipulator is trying to escape the fight. Sarcasm, put-downs, and threats will only enable an aggressive manipulator justify their aggressive techniques. Often, manipulators can be resolved by finding a win-win solution. Aggressive manipulators seek victory. Keeping this in mind, you can tailor the terms and conditions of your agreement to offer the manipulator what they want to optimize dispute resolution. For instance, if an overambitious spouse neglects family life to earn a promotion at work, the partner who wants to save the relationship could suggest a deal. She will actively support his objectives, and he will spend more time with the family on weekends and evenings. Key idea number 6, only self-knowledge can defeat the manipulator. When dealing with aggressive manipulators who may know your flaws better than you do, knowing yourself better will improve your relationships with others. Work on character weaknesses including low self-esteem, naivete, and emotional dependency to avoid manipulation. If a teacher lacks confidence, manipulative kids will smell blood and immediately play power games by testing boundaries and pushing back to escape punishment. The teacher must acknowledge her self-doubt to defeat this poor behavior and demonstrate her control over the class. Then she can win. Above all, be honest about your wants and desires. You may require others' approval to feel valued and respected. Manipulators can use this tendency to give you platitudes while mistreating you. If you know you crave attention and embrace it as part of your personality, you can better spot manipulation. Because her husband needed a full-time wife and housekeeper, a housewife might not finish education or pursue other long-term goals. She can't escape her husband's shadow if she doesn't admit to having her own dreams. Before improving her condition, she must be honest about what she desires. Unfortunately, not everyone is compassionate. They're predatory, but they're not stupid. Covert manipulation is used by these manipulators. To view more content like this, subscribe. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications. The channel really benefits from it. I appreciate you being here.